morning, students of class 10. Now today we have to discuss the important process, that is excretion like process. Here you see excretion. What is excretion? As you know, the process of removal of toxic wastes from the body of an organism is basically known as the excretion. That means हमारे बॉडी से या किसी भी ऑर्गेनिज्म के बॉडी से जो भी मेटाबॉलिक एक्टिविटीज़ होते हैं उससे गंदा चीज़ प्रोड्यूस होता है और उसको बाहर निकालना, इसी विधि को एक्सक्रीशन कहते हैं. तो वेस्ट विच आर प्रोड्यूस्ड ड्यू टू मेटाबॉलिक एक्टिविटीज़ इन द बॉडी सेल्स, खाना खाते हैं, पानी पीते हैं, बहुत सारे प्रोसेस चलती है, ये सारे एक्सक्रीशन हमारे बॉडी में जो टॉक्सिक प्रोडक्ट पैदा होती है उसको बाहर निकाल. नाउ लेट्स सी एक्सक्रीशन इन प्लांट्स, हाउ इट ऑकर्स इन प्लांट्स. इन प्लांट्स दे प्रोड्यूस वेस्ट वेरी स्लोली एंड इन ए वेरी स्मॉल अमाउंट. तो प्लांट्स धीरे धीरे प्रोड्यूस करते हैं ये, और बहुत ही कम मात्रा में. तो द मेन वेस्ट्स ऑफ प्लांट्स आर CO2, water vapor, oxygen during photosynthesis, and during another process by resins and gums and other liquid materials from the body. Now, how these wastes are removed from the plant body? Oxygen that is produced during the process of photosynthesis, which is extra, and is removed through stomata in the leaves. The leaves have a tiny pores called stomata. Through the stomata, the excess oxygen is removed to the environment. And CO2 that is produced during respiration process of plants, it also expels this CO2 through stomata again, and also by some large portions in the stem called lenticels in large trees, because stomata is not enough to remove the CO2. So CO2 is again used in photosynthesis also, but here you see here it is also as a waste material to remove. Now the excess water which is produced or taken in the plants are also removed by transpiration process through stomata. Whereas the stored solid wastes are removed by shading of the leaves. Sometimes the leaves become yellow and fall off. Peeling of the bark, पेड़ के छाली से निकलना, and felling of the fruits. कभी कभी फल पक करके गिर जाते हैं या काले हो जाते हैं, तो इस तरह से भी वेस्ट मटेरियल रिमूव होता है. And some of the large trees and plants secretes waste in the form of gums and resins. Gums और resins के फॉर्म में भी ये चिपचिपा पदार्थ निकालते हैं, ये भी उसके लिए वेस्ट हैं. Whereas some wastes also excreted into the soil around the plant. प्लांट अपने आसपास के मिट्टी के में भी कुछ गंदी चीजें निकालते हैं. Now see here, some of the leaves get wilted out, become yellow and fall off. Seasonal trees during the पतझड़ के समय ये पेड़ पत्तियां गिरा देती हैं, तो ये भी वेस्ट रिमूवल प्रोसेस है. दूसरा ये देखिए, some plants also produces some solid gum like or resins like products which are also removed in some plants like eucalyptus also. Now see, let's how excretion occurs in animals and higher organisms. In animals, different animals have different arrangements depending on the body, their body composition and the level of organization. That means either they are unicellular or multicellular. In unicellular organism, single cell body, जिस organism का single cell body है, like amoeba, they remove the CO2 as a waste material by diffused out through cell membrane, अपने cell membrane से निकालते हैं, और जो ammonia ये produce करते हैं NH3 ammonia, it is removed by a special type of vacuole called contractile vacuole. तो contractile vacuole से इस तरह के organism, single cell organism अपने waste को निकाल देते हैं. Next, earthworm. This type of worms, leech and earthworm, they have a tubular structure, and that is called nephridia. 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 For removal of nitrogenous wastes in the soil, and by the moist skin to removed waste. Whereas the insects have also a tubular structure called Malpighian tubules for removal of wastes. But in higher animals and human beings, it is different. There is a particular developed system, and they remove the waste by three ways at least: CO2 and water vapor through respiratory system, through the nostrils, whereas the sweat produced and tear produced, salt produced, they are removed from time to time by perspiration, either by tears or sweat during heat, and also exercise or some of the processes through the body, and the solid waste produced by the digestive system is removed from the body as stool or feces time to time. But the main nitrogenous waste produced by the metabolism of the body is urea and urine. Now see how it is removed from the body. The excretory system. We have a developed special excretory system. It consists of a pair of kidneys. In the kidney, a smaller, very microtubular units called nephron, which is the structural and functional unit of kidney. We have to see details. A pair of ureter, two tubes connected to the two kidneys to carry out the wastes, and a common urinary bladder, muscular bladder, where the urine is stored temporarily, and the urethra through which it is removed. Let's see here the structure. A pair of kidneys, both the side of the abdomen, which are connected with the arteries and veins. Through the veins, it goes to this bean-shaped, coffee-colored one pairs of kidneys, and inside the kidney there is a microtubular-like structure. Let's see here. It is the structure of the nephron. It is the detailed structure of the nephron, which is a microtubular structure inside the kidney, which has a filtering portions called glomerulus filtration, Bowman's capsule, and highly coiled tubule connected with, richly supplied with blood capillaries and collecting tubule. And this is the main structure. You can see the nephron. Now come back here. Two ureters, two tubes that collected the filtrate, and to the common bladder, urinary bladder, where it is stored temporarily, and finally it gets discharged from time to time by a sphincter muscle connected to the urethra, the opening. Okay, now there are steps of excretion, and main steps are ultrafiltration, selective reabsorption, and tubular secretion. We have to discuss in these details in the next class.